Whether you're planning to save money to buy your first house or you just want to save up for your vacation, it doesn't really matter. You need to know these fundamentals of savings in order to do so. My name is Dennis Black, and in this video I will tell you some of the crucial ways of saving money and how you can start saving up $1,000 per month just following these easy tips. So without wasting your time, let's get into it. Tip number 1 is saving money on accommodation. Accommodation is probably the biggest expense that everyone has, unless you are living in your own house already and the mortgage is being paid out. In this case, this video is probably not for you. I'm just kidding. There will be more useful tips in the end of this video, so make sure you stay until the end. So the property market value is going up every year. Conditions of buying it is getting harder and harder, and no one knows when this bubble is going to stop, and probably it will not. Because as statistics shows, during the years, no matter what economic situation is in your country you're living, the property price will eventually go up during the years. So my biggest advice here is to stay with your parents for as long as you can and don't think to move out until you've got enough money saved on your bank account. Seriously though, the amount of money you can potentially save per year on accommodation could be pretty big, and you would rather use those money to invest them in something that will bring you even more money long term, like stocks, shares, or Bitcoin. The moment you left your parents' house, there is no way back. You are by your own now, and only you responsible for your own income and expenses. Another way to save up on accommodation is flat or house sharing. Especially works for those people who already moved out from their parents' house and are not gonna come back anytime soon. Sorry, mom. Especially if you're single and you don't have any kids, that's a great option for you to live independently from parents and continue saving some decent percentage of your income. For instance, the average price of a studio apartment here in Sydney where I'm living is around 400 Australian dollars per week. That is $1,600 per month for accommodation, which is not so cheap. If you can find a room in the house or in 2-3 bedroom apartment for $200 per week, you can easily save $800 per month just on accommodation. And we even haven't started to talk about other ways of savings yet. I know for some people privacy is really important and they can't live or share their place with other people, but if your goal is to save as much money as possible in this short period of time, you might need to reconsider your opinion about it. Another great way to save money is by reducing your expenses on eating out and coffee consumption. The main reason why I love this way is because you're not just saving heaps of money on food and drinks, but you're also learning and improving your cooking skills. Because now you have to cook your own homemade meals instead of buying them every day. Another advantage of doing it is that you know exactly what ingredients is in your meal and how fresh it is because you made it by yourself. That is especially useful for people who've got different food intolerances and for people who want to eat healthy in general, because you're in full control of what you consume and the ways of how you make that food. Let's do a quick calculation and see how much money you could potentially save. So let's say you're having a breakfast at home and you only buying lunches during the weekdays. The average cost of lunch meal here in Australia probably will be around 12 Australian dollars times 5 days per week. That's $60 per week just for food. Now imagine you're a coffee addict as well and you're buying at least 1 cup of coffee per day for the average price of 4 Australian dollars. That adds up to $20 per week for a coffee plus $60 for food, and we've got $80 per week in total. That's $320 per month you could save up just on food and coffee consumption, and that was buying only 1 meal and only 1 cup of coffee per day. Now, I used to work as barista for some time, and I know that there are some people out there who can drink up to 5 cups of coffee per day and even more. So you can imagine how much money they spend just for a coffee. The solution is simple: cook your own meals and make your own coffee. Yes, you will have to spend a bit of an extra time to make this happen, but every homemade meal would cost you around $2 to $4 depending on the ingredients you use. You can save up on groceries too by buying food wholesale, like in Costco for example. If you buy a kilo of coffee beans and you will make it yourself using one of those things, for example. It's called AeroPress. Very convenient thing, to be honest, especially for traveling. I'll put a link in the description below in case you're interested. Or if you're using a coffee plunger or any other types of coffee machines, every cup of coffee would cost you around 20 to 70 cents instead of a regular price of $4 to $5. Another way how to save money is by smashing the like button under this video. Seriously though, it doesn't cost you anything, but the more likes you smash, the more I get motivated to make more YouTube videos like this. So if you want want to support the creator, don't be shy and go destroy that like button, as it does help with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, tip number 3 on how you can save money is probably one of the most important ones, and it is to start doing your own monthly income and expenses statements. Simply put, start tracking your spendings. There is no way to save a decent amount of money without knowing how much your monthly spendings are. There are heaps of different ways how you can track your spendings. You can either do it manually and create a spreadsheet on Microsoft Excel, or you can download a free budget template on internet. There are tons of them out there. Just Google budget template and you will find them. Also, you can use some free apps on your phone where you connect your bank account and a money tracking feature will be made automatically. I personally use the app called Raise, which is also known as US ACCOMMODATIon app that you might heard of before. Now, this is not a proper money tracking app. This is actually a saving and investment app, but they also have a money tracking feature in it because you connect your bank account to it. Just want to make it clear that I'm not sponsored by this app, and this is just my personal recommendation. The main reason why I really like this app is because if you're a big spender and you can't really control your expenses, this app will do it for you. So one of the coolest features of this app is called roundups, and what it means is when you, for example, buy a cup of coffee for, let's say, $3.50, the app automatically roundups the amount to the nearest dollar. So you will pay $4 in total, but that extra 50 cents will go to your app account. And what's interesting, after those money are not going to be just sitting in the app. They're going to be invested in the investment portfolio of different stocks and bonds that you choose depending on your investment goals. So instead of saving up and holding money in cash, you can potentially increase your money over the next 3 to 5 years if the stock price will go up. Alright, I'm not gonna talk too much about this app. If you're interested, I will leave the link in the video description below so you can go and learn more information yourself. By the way, if you use my link, you will get a free $10 on your account as well. So another good reason of tracking your spendings and checking your bank account transaction regularly is because you might find some old monthly based subscription services that you're not longer using. Or you might find out that you've been overcharged for some products, or you might even seen some fraudulent transactions on your bank account that you haven't paid for. It actually happened to me last year when I was doing my income and expenses statement and I saw a $100 transaction that wasn't made by me. Lucky I noticed it and my bank compensated me those money, so it's better to check your bank account regularly. And the last tip on how you can save your money is by simply stop buying stuff that you don't need. Kind of like a minimalist approach to life. Before buying something, ask yourself, is it stuff that you need or stuff that you want? If your goal is to save as much money as possible, then forget about stuff that you want. Like seriously, do you actually need the latest model of iPhone if your current old phone is good enough? Is there any need to upgrade your camera just because the newest model can shoot an 8K resolution that you will never use? Probably not. So not only minimalist approach will help you to save money, but it does also help you to get a freedom from worry about those things that you buy. If you know you have a tendency to spend money on non-essentials, don't tempt yourself with the window shopping or trips to the mall for leisure. Aimless wandering leads to aimless spending. Just try to avoid it by choosing alternative methods to unwind, like a walk in the park, a visit to the library, a swim on the beach, and stuff like that. Here's some quick bonus tips for you guys to stop buying stuff and maximize your saving journey. 1. Always ask yourself before making a purchase, is it stuff that you need or stuff that you want? If that is something that you want, you know what to do. 2. Delete all shopping apps from your phone. This makes it way too easy to add to cart and buy stuff. 3. Unfollow all social media pages that encourage you overspending. 4. Unsubscribe from all sales emails, as it gets very tempting when you see a sale sign. 5. Always make a list or plan for your shopping trips, because if you don't have a clear plan what to buy, you always buy more. That's all for today, guys. I hope you found these saving tips useful, and I really hope you start implementing them into the real life so you can reach your savings goals faster. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as it helps the channel with the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!